the season stuff, but here we are, and the Raiders have started off strong, taking possession early and maintaining it for most of the first 2.5 minutes here, as you've probably been watching. Raiders team into their second match of the season. They played to a 3-2 win a few days ago in Minneapolis, I think against Minneapolis Southwest High School. Here comes Calvin Lassard setting up. The big shot and a goal by Lassard. Wow, fantastic play by Lassard. Just a pullback and a big shot there.
And that's a goal for your Raiders. Number 18, Calvin Lassard.
Calvin off to a fantastic start this season with 2 goals the other night against Minneapolis Southwest, and now a goal tonight. So the 10th grader coming on strong for the Raiders, and in a season where they lost a lot of offensive firepower to graduating seniors last year, Lassard is he might be filling that gap here. Exciting to see. So at about 3 minutes into the match, that's a goal for the Raiders, and that one is going to come off. That was close. Number 10, Owen Netterlow, with the playing it on the edge there, but getting the offsides, and ball got by anyway. And so Raiders continue. The lead now 1-0 for the Raiders over the Irondale Knights. Irondale is a Minnesota suburb team, and not one that the Raiders play often. They have been announcing now for 4 years, and Irondale has never been on the schedule, so fun to see a new team, and we'll see how this game plays out. Throw in here by number 17, Ethan Doctor of the Knights. Little pop-up play there by Emmanuel Clark, trying to chip a little bit on the goalie there. Knew some defense was coming and wasn't going to get a good shot off, but interesting play. I kind of like it. Trying to make something creative happen. And the Raiders will get the goal kick here. Tyler Hindall of the Raiders in goal, and taking that short pass. First home game for the Raiders. The game the other night in Minneapolis was a road game, and that was broadcast on YouTube as well. And if it's not on, it should be back on shortly. I will add some commentary to that this weekend, and be back up soon. Beautiful night here in Hudson, Wisconsin, in the St. Croix River Valley. Sunny. Temperatures are very pleasant. Ball comes in. Netterlow plays it back to McKenzie. Chips it in. It's a nice play. 2 Raiders there, but that ball was just going a little too fast, and picked up by that's Landon Hamdorf for the Knights. Appreciate everyone tuning in today, and looks like we have a little crowd forming online watching this match. Always great to have people tuning in. YouTube rules. There's a nice little through ball there. Played to Charles Kike, who's trying to get around in the corner, but nicely played by Xavier Island over there on the left D for the Raiders. Jack Poole sending that ball to Lassard, and Lassard trying to work it up the sideline, getting physical there, little physical there. Ref made a good call to call a foul there. It's the middle of the field. It's no harm to anybody, and sends a message to the players that let's Let's keep the overt physicalness to a minimum. Nice ball in there for the Raiders, but the timing and the bounce made it hard. Netterlow on it. Actually, 3 Raiders timed it pretty well, but the bounce made it challenging. Here's Isaac McKenzie with the throw for the Raiders, number 5. Oh, and another great goal for the Raiders. That is number 10, I believe. Let's see your number. They're running sideways, so I can't see it. Number 10.
That's number 10, Owen Netterlow with the goal for the Raiders.
So at the 7:21 mark, the Raiders take a 2-0 lead over the Knights. Owen Netterlow with a nice header, kind of a chip header over the goalkeeper. Nothing goalkeeper could do. He was coming out to make a play on the ball, got a little out. Netterlow with a real, pardon the pun, headsy play to pop that header over the goalkeeper. And Irondale's goalkeeper, Landon Hamdorf, is a freshman, and he's going to be learning stuff every day. And we have the ball now down in the Irondale section. Raiders trying to move that ball up rapidly. It's Netterlow on the chase down. They bring it back to Hamdorf, who plays it back out to his teammate. Irondale getting that ball down into Raider territory, getting through the midfield, getting it down into the general attacking area, but the defense of the Raiders holding strong. Good penetrating play by the Raiders, getting the ball out wide, sending it in, and again, the timing of it all just there for the pickings of the Raiders, but Irondale made a nice defensive play and stopped the ball. Another defender was there to clean it up, but Raiders continuing to knock on the door of the Irondale goal. Irondale playing it wide over to number 16, Falzan Bukhari. He's playing it in the middle of the field. Raiders defense smothering. Lassard trying to play it out a little bit wide to through ball to Netterlow, but too much defense there, and goalkeeper Landon Hamdorf playing that nicely to get the ball out. So Raiders, fresh off a strong season last season, played very well last season, had a disappointing finish though in the playoffs, and graduating a large number of seniors last year, and a lot of very contributing seniors. And so little trip there by the Raiders, and that ball will come back. So with all those graduating seniors now means the Raiders have a number of new starters, not necessarily new players, but new starters getting the action this year. It'll be fun to see, and a lot of returning talent. Defensive stalwart Nicky Alanoff has anchored that defense the last couple of years. He's back, and then Owen Netterlow and Calvin Lassard showed a lot of scoring potential last year, and we've already seen both of them scoring tonight, and Lessard earlier this week as well. So this season's is already looking quite interesting with some of the new talent coming on display in full form. There's another nice through ball, and look at just a nicely played. And there's Netterlow. He's scrapping, and he drills it. He plays it, and that was a scrappy goal by Owen Netterlow, and fantastic play.
That's goal number 2 for Owen Netterlow, number 10 of the Raiders.
So again, Netterlow getting taken down, and
in for the Knights, Mike Pennifield. And in for the Raiders, number 2, Will Cook.
Raiders continuing to attack. Now at a score differential of 3-0 over Irondale in the first 12 minutes. And 3 nice goals for the Raiders. Lessard's was a great pullback, long-angled shot, but you know that's a shot he just kind of has. Kind of like watching Steph Curry find his spot and draining a 3 in the NBA. You got Lessard pulling that back and to the spot he knows how to tuck it into the upper part of the goal, and that was fantastic. And then Netterlow's first goal was a nice header, for those of you that missed that. Popped it over the goalkeeper, and then this last goal is just my favorite kind of goal, a scrappy one. Netterlow got put through on a through ball, and there was a good collision that took Netterlow down. But the ball trickled through past the goalkeeper, and Netterlow popped up to make sure that ball went in the goal. And he could have laid there hoping for a foul, but he didn't. He popped right back up and chased that ball down to make sure it was a goal, and that's fantastic. So somewhere in here, Soren Matson came into the game. Sorry I missed that, but Soren back again, senior midfielder for the Raiders, and going to add to the attack here. Henry Vandenbark with a nice play in the middle of the field there to keep that ball under control. Will Cook sends a little through ball through, and a little out of reach for Lessard. Cook is a freshman here on the Raiders team, so I have not seen him in any sort of action yet, so it'll be fun to see what Will can do on this Raiders attack. So Vandenbark playing it back to McKenzie, gets it over to Jackson Ouellette. Alanoff playing part of the 5 mids that the Raiders are going with this year. Number 9, Quinn Packard back in the game for the Raiders. Raiders starting the season with a 3-5-2 formation, it looks like, and Alanoff, usually a center defender, getting to play up in that 5 group, which is kind of fun to see. Here come Irondale. They got a It's a nice setup play and a shot that had a chance. Charles Kike, he sent that ball a little high, a little wide. Kind of a long shot, but one worth taking there, and put a lot of leg on it. So good job to him on that. Yeah, I missed those subs. Oh well. Here we go. Goal kick here for the Raiders. Little through ball, not offside. Oh, the did call it. It was close. I think it's the right call. I don't get quite the line that the AR there gets, but I think he was off. Refs sometimes make a little delayed call just to see what's going to happen with the ball in case there's an advantage of some sort. It's a thing in soccer. Sometimes fans expect every penalty to be called, but there is the advantage. Really comes Lassard. Takes a little body. The Hausers are here. Former soccer parents for years of Brett and Connor Hauser stopping by the booth. Good to see them. Lassard, though, with a nice play. Got his body worked a little bit on the way in and hit the turf, but not necessarily a foul. You always look for those fouls in the box, but they're not often going to happen. Nice setup play there. Raiders mix up traditional corner kicks with playing a short little two-man game, and sometimes that two-man game pays off, sometimes it doesn't. Depends how it's defended. Depends what the players select to do. Now they're playing more traditional, but it's a low ball. And Irondale gets the clear on that. Nicely played on the defensive side. Comes Allen off with was going to take the throw, but pulls back. That's number 11, Soren Matson, coming over with the throw. Lots of bodies in the middle, but a blistering shot gets taken, but sails the goal. And our score remains 3-0 at about the 18.5-minute mark of the first half. Hudson Raiders, the home team in blue, playing from left to right on your screen, and the visiting Irondale High School Knights from Minnesota are in white, playing from right to left on your screen. Always fun to know who's out there watching our broadcasts here with the River Channel. So if you are watching and care to add your name and which team and player you're rooting for and where you're from, it's always fun to know on either side who's out there supporting the two teams here. So do that and I'll give you a shout out, and we'll see who's tuning in from the farthest distance. We used to always have a regular couple out of Jupiter, Florida, but their son, Connor Hauser, and Brett Hauser, their grandson, graduated, and so now we'll have to see who's going to take that title as longest. Here comes Netterlo again, showing some real speed and determination. He pulls it out, slows it down, pulls back. Tries to send a little sneaky shot through and gets stopped. Raiders keep going at it, though, and that ball is off number 5, Dixon Angaki, and Raiders will get a corner kick here. Okay, we are now just a hair past the halfway mark of the first half. Comes number 11, Soren Matson, sends a traditional kick in, a little low, not a bad spot, and Alanoff has the time. The ball comes to him, and he can kind of bring it down, but takes a shot, sends it wide. A good play by Nick, and not every shot hits the goal, unfortunately, and this will be an Irondale goal kick. A lot of players getting rotated into this Raiders lineup. I missed making the call on a few of the substitutions because they kind of happened really fast. But it's definitely that time of the season, and when you get up 3-0, you can kind of play around a little bit more on both sides a little bit to see what different combinations of players can do and people in different positions. Raiders get the clear eventually there. Irondale coming in hard. Nice little foot move there, and it's number 14, Benjamin Anderson of Irondale, and he's set up a corner kick, and corner kicks are always kind of dangerous for any team because it's an automatic opportunity to put that ball in the scoring area. So we'll see what happens here. Irondale not sending a lot of attackers, and the Raiders have at least 7 defenders. But all it takes is being in the right place at the right time. Raiders get the clear, and that's going to be a throw-in for Irondale. It's number 11, Yahya Hassan for the Knights, and number 4, Xavier Island for the Raiders. Hudson, Wisconsin plays in generally a conference of a number of teams that have. That ball sneaks through, and Hindall just gets enough on that ball. I think there's a lot of misplay there, but Hindall wasn't going to reach the ball, but pulled back and got his arm out just right and made a magnificent save off a scary situation. Number 12, Henry Vandenbark back in the game. And number 21, Sam Olson for the Raiders. Sam Olson, new name to me after a few years, getting up on the varsity and getting some time. It'll be fun to see what Sam can do. And Hindall got the save, kind of the flailing save, which is always exciting, and a good save for him there. But then Irondale did get another. You got their foot on the ball, not well, but send it out, and that's why it was a goal kick for the Raiders. Raiders with a younger lineup of younger players and guys with not so much varsity experience is what they started with, and we'll see how this team performs. Kind of fun to see. Probably see again a variety of combinations throughout the night here at Hudson Raider Stadium. Foul there, a little bit of a collision and twisted up on the feet, and so number 11, Soren Matson, going to take this kick. Sends it in. A little bit low on that kick. but gets through, and Raiders again attacking on it. Irondale showing some grit there and getting that ball out on defense, sending it up the line. Here we go. We got the Haskins crew online cheering for number 17, Jackson Ouellette, all the way from Iowa. I just for work spent several days in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City part of the state. It was hot down there this week. So hopefully Haskins crew, it's cooled down there for you a little bit, or you just at least in the air conditioning these days. Raiders play some good D there and are now moving the ball back up to the offensive third of the field. And Irondale again showing some good signs on defense. The 3 Raider goals were pretty, I don't want to say spectacular goals, but they were highly skilled goals for the most part. So the defense for Irondale has not been playing as poorly as the score may look.
In for the Knights, number 7, Wasim Mazzali. And back in for the Raiders, number 18, Calvin Lassard.
A lot of hand checking, kind of pulling, refs making some calls to keep it all in line. And it's a big clear there by Jackson Ouellette. Big ball up, and got Netterlow and Lassard back in, so look for some offensive firepower potentially coming up here. They're a good combination. I spent probably close to 15 years or so coaching traveling teams here in Hudson, and he may not remember it, but Owen Netterlow played a bit on one of the teams that I helped coach, and he certainly has grown in his tenacity and skills. So it's fun to see that play out here here at the high school level. That was back when he was probably maybe a 5th or 6th grader. So here we go. Raiders moving it up the sideline. It's a little bit off and goes off. It happens. Nice step up there by Sam Olson. Ball through to Lassard, but took a mean hop on him, and Knights are able to clear that ball. Again, just a beautiful night. A little bit of a breeze that may be helping keep these guys cool down on the field. Not probably much, but the temperatures are nice. Still a little bit warm, but should be cooling off here in the second half. It's a little bit early start. Oof. Boy, Irondale got away with one there. Defense kind of let that ball get through, and it fell right to Netterlow's feet. I think he couldn't even believe it, so he was not ready for that. And he did get his foot on it, but not the way he normally would. So the Knights dodge a bullet there, and we'll get a goal kick. Vandenberg in the middle. Nice little step move there and a little dish to Matson, who gets it back to Vandenberg. But Knights defense is tenacious. And that through ball's way too through, and Tyler Hindall there to take it for the Raiders. Sends it out wide to Quinn Johnson. Sneaky little ball through, but Lassard was going one way, the ball went the other, and that's the end of that play. Irondale defense showing, like I said, some tenacity, and then their offense has had a couple opportunities that they just have not been able to capitalize on, shots that have been a little high, a little wide. And foul on the Raiders, push from behind on that play, and that's going to be a free kick here for the Knights. Big ball up. Raiders, like I said, play largely in a conference here with smaller school teams outside of Eau Claire, and so it's really an advantage to them because there's not a lot of big schools on this side of the state of Wisconsin's, but Minneapolis-St. Paul area schools are just 20, 30 miles away. So every year they play a few Minnesota teams, which is really great competition for them, and this is an example of that tonight.
It's number 5, Isaac McKenzie in the game for the Raiders, and number 16, Sam Youssef.
Takedown there on Henry Vandenbark. Gets his feet pulled out from under him, and the Raiders are going to have a free kick in a dangerous area, about the 20-yard line, so about 30 yards out. See what happens if they're going to put a shot on here, maybe a light chip. Irondale's got a wall, but referee's backing them up. They got to give 10 yards distance. Raiders going for a light chip, and that sailed high and wide, and that'll be a goal kick for the Knights.
That's number 6, Nikki Allenoff back in the game for the Raiders.
Oof. It's Jack Poole. Had the time to wind up to take that shot. He drilled it low and hard, but kind of got a deflection there and sent wide, and that'll be a goal kick here for Irondale.
Number 37, Louis Donkovich in for the Knights.
Nice pull down by Netterlow. Finds himself with some space. Decides to send a little chip over. A little high for Lassard to do much with, but the ball comes back. Allenoff picks it off, sends it out wide. We're now about the 35-minute mark, so about 5 minutes left in the first half. Our hometown Hudson Raiders in blue continue to lead 3-0 over the visiting Irondale Knights in white. Trying to sneak a ball through. A lot of bodies there to sneak a ball through that far and that deep into the territory, but sometimes that ball finds a way. Irondale gets the clear, but the Raiders take it back. And now reset. And fully resetting, bringing it back to Ouellette on the defensive end. Sends the ball wide. Picked up by Youssef, who sends it through. That'll be an Irondale throw-in. Pull by the Raiders. Always a little arm grabbing, jersey grabbing. All depends where the ref is, whether it gets called or not sometimes, but sometimes it's obvious. That one was a little obvious, and Irondale's going to get a free kick. Not real damaging from that position of the field, though. Irondale makes the call, and Olette listens and lets that ball get through, and Irondale gets the ball out, but Irondale takes it back here. McKenzie with a nice ball up to Netterlow, who's going to turn on the speed here and gets around the corner. Did not see his teammate. I think he was looking for the dish, but not sure if he heard Lassard coming or not, but elects to take it deep and takes a shot at the last minute, but a slide by Irondale deflects that ball before it gets to the goalkeeper. Raiders will have a corner kick here at the 37-minute mark. And we'll see what they can do here with this opportunity. Got Poole and Vandenbark in the corner to see what they can do. Poole sends a very traditional high kick. Is it not a bad ball? Not a bad ball. High and up. Not sure what the call is here, but looks like the Raiders are going to get a free kick. Stop the clock. Looks like the Raiders are going to get a penalty kick here. I think maybe there was a dangerous play or a pull down. I'll try to look at halftime at what happened on the replay since we're running out of time here. Not much argument from Irondale, so it must have been pretty obvious. Vandenbark with the kick. And that's a goal. Kind of looked like maybe it was saved, but it hit the back of the goal, came out, and the goalkeeper shoved it out. Yes. Yeah, it was sneaky. And that's number 12, Henry Vandenbark, with the penalty kick goal for the Raiders. So the Raiders extend their lead here at the 37-minute, 41-second mark and take a 4-0 lead now with about 2 minutes left in the half. Well, again, at halftime, I'll take a look at the replay to see kind of what happened on that play. But it was very, the referee was very calling the Raiders there. Kind of looked like Vandenbark was getting grabbed, but sometimes that can be deceiving. Players know how to work that a little bit, but the referee was very quick and confident in that penalty kick call, and so he definitely saw something. Lassard with a nice little chip at the last minute, but nice play by Landon Hamdorf. That penalty kick almost looked like it was saved by Hamdorf, but it hit the back of the goal, came out quickly, and then he kind of punched that out.
1 minute.
Raiders get a corner kick here, and this will probably be potentially the last exciting moment of the first half, but I've been known to be wrong, so we'll see what happens here. Ball comes in. Sneaky one through the middle. Hamdorf with a nice save because that ball kind of was a little bit sneaky. Olet gets the clear up the field.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That's halftime. Raiders take the lead 4-0. The concession stand is open and ready. Please visit, and we'll see you back in about 10 minutes.
right, everybody, we are back here at Hudson Raider Stadium, and second half just beginning. Looks like Raiders are going with their starting lineup, and entering the second half with a 4-0 lead over the visiting Irondale High School Knights in white. So now the Knights are playing from left to right on your screen, and the Raiders are in blue, playing from right to left on your screen. Looks like the Raiders have made a goalkeeping change. I believe that's probably Parker Strumke in for the Raiders. Parker is a junior. Did some analysis of the penalty kick, and it looked like it was a handball in the box, and it was a little challenging to see at first, but it was definitely the referee saw it, and that handball will do it. And there's a nice through ball to Island. He's going to set it up, takes his left foot. Goes for a tough angled shot there, and that ball was handled nicely by Landon Hamdorf of Irondale. All right. We certainly appreciate everybody tuning in here to the River Channel broadcast. My name is Jeff Ian. I am the announcer, and I am joined by my colleague John Tangen, who handles everything other than talking. He sets up the equipment, does the camera work, sound work, gets it connected to YouTube and Facebook and every other thing out there. So appreciate John and all his work here, and it's going to be a fun season of soccer here with the Raiders. Every year it seems like we broadcast more and more games. Big shot there, good, not a bad shot. It's a tough to hit the opposite upper right corner, but not a bad shot. But it sails, and the Raiders will have the goal kick here. So, but we are excited for another season here. This is game 2. Raiders won their first game against Minneapolis Southwest on Wednesday night by a score of 3-2. So that was a good matchup for the Raiders. 2 goals by Calvin Lassard and 1 goal by Jack Poole set that win up, and now Raiders with a 4-0 lead here against Irondale. Two Minnesota teams, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. Hudson's location right on the border and just 20-30 miles from Minneapolis-St. Paul area means they can play some fun matches with some high-quality Minnesota teams. Corner kick for Irondale. They're going to play it short. I think they were hoping to catch the Raiders' defense sleeping and get a quick shot off, but Raiders 2-man D there comes through nicely. Good attempt by Irondale, but sometimes I think you're just better off putting that ball right into the scoring area with a more traditional kick. But teams like to play that short game, and sometimes it can pay off. Another corner kick attempt here for Irondale at about 4 minutes into the second half. Now they take a more traditional kick. That's a nice kick, and that was number 5, Dixon Ngaki, who got up for the header and just missed far post there. So that's an example. If you get that ball in the scoring area, and you can get some good opportunities no matter what. So but you got to mix it up sometimes, and sometimes you catch the defense sleeping. And nice head over by Vandenbark. It's Netterlow on the far side, number 10 with the ball. You can see he's kind of gotten respect because he's quick and fast, and a lot of extra physicality there from number 17, Ethan Doctor. And Netterlow takes the hits, gets the foul. Raiders will get the equivalent of a corner kick in a way, but in a nicer location. There's a little bit of an angle to score easier and a little bit closer in. So we'll see what they do here. A little chip is the way they're going long, and Lassard, who has some serious height to him and jumping ability, a little disappointed. I think he kind of mistimed that ball. Sun may have been in his eyes. That's one part of the field where the sun is still blaring through, and he kind of mistimed it. Otherwise, I think he was hoping he'd just drill that header into the goal. But still a good play by the Raiders, and now they gather the ball back and head back down the field. Right at the end, and nicely covered by Landon Hamdorf of Irondale. So far this season, we have the Raiders' Calvin Lassard with 3 goals, Owen Netterloh with 2, Jack Poole and Henry Vandenberg each with 1 goal. So it's a nice 1, 2, 4 players scoring so far in the first 2 games, and nice to have 7 goals so far on the season for the team. Number 24, Emmanuel Clark with the call. He kind of did a stand and turn. I think ref saw a little more hip and maybe a little grab. He did a pretty good job selling it, but the ref was probably had the angle that saw the penalty. Raiders get a chip in. Vandenberg there with the take back. Nice play. Takes it over to the middle, resets. Sends it up the middle to Lassard. A lot of defense there. Lassard called for the trip. Probably got a little more leg than ball, according to the ref. And Lassard was kind of walking back and probably shouldn't have walked in the path of the ball, but did and got drilled. But that happens. Ref resets it. Irondale gets the kick. They get to re-kick that because Calvin was supposed to be giving him 10 yards, and he walked right in front of the kick, kind of timed it off and took the ball in the back. But both sides getting a little chippier this half, so we'll kind of see what's happening. Raiders have taken a few physical shots here and delivered one of their own here. Referee makes the call, though. He's doing the right thing, making the calls. That usually calms things down. Next phase of that by a referee is usually a nice play there by Parker Strimke coming in with the punch out. If the chippiness continues, you'll usually see cards as the next course of action by the referees. 2. In for the Raiders. Number 2, Will Cook. Number 13, Giovanni Morales. And number 20, Griff Rabideau. I hope I said that name right. Sounded good, though. Rabideau. Oh. So I was close. I probably had it right then. All right, Raiders continue to have a 4-0 lead. We're at the just over 50-minute mark. Here's number 11 of the Raiders entering the game. That's Soren Matson. And number 11, Soren Matson entering the game for the Raiders. Little inadvertent pass there, picked off by Emmanuel Clark of Irondale, who's made a few nice moves and kind of runs himself off the ball there. Vandenberg brings that ball back, sets it through to Lassard, but offsides. Got to take those chances. I'm guessing Irondale has not started school. Majority of Minnesota schools wait till after the Labor Day weekend to start, although quite a few are now starting right before. So it's possible they have. Raiders definitely started school this week. Had school today, and then enter a 3-day weekend here with the holiday. Irondale again getting an opportunity there, but kind of took one too many dribbles and let the defense close in. Vandenberg dumped. No call from the ref, who was right there, so.
Number 37, Louis Donkovich in for the Knights.
Nice little through ball there by the Knights. Sends that cross tight on the line. Tough to do much offensively with that, but it stays in. Goes out off the Knights, and it'll be a Raiders throw deep. Probably about as deep as you can be in the territory.
Number 16, Sammy Youssef in the game for the Raiders.
Nice quick move there by Lassard to Vandenberg. Lassard, nice dish outside. Good play there. Quinn Packard with a nice play on the outside. Gets it off of the Knights, and it'll be a corner kick for the Raiders. Quinn Packard and Soren Matson lining up on the corner kick. Whether they'll play it short or traditionally, we'll see. Going deep. It's a nice high ball. Good play. Whew. Great play. Quinn Johnson on the receiving end. Quinn to Quinn in a nice header, but nice play by Landon Hamdorf of the Knights in goal, and made a nice save there. Big foul from behind. That's going to be a card, yeah. Referee is sensing it's. Yep, yep. Sensing that there is a little bit of a shift in the physicality. Number 37. And, but when you take somebody down from behind like that, you're always going to get a card. Normally you have to leave if you get a card. I don't know if this is a change in rules this year or because it's a non-conference interstate matchup. Maybe we play by different rules, but anyway it is. Raiders get a free kick in a dangerous spot. Quinn Johnson gearing up to take this kick. Yep, 37's being sent off. Has to leave at least for a moment. I can't even see who those guys are coming in, so we'll just let that one slide. And here we go. It's a good spot for Raiders. It's a nice chip-in header type of situation, potentially a shot in. Nice touch there. They just have to leave and they can come right back in the next time. Yeah, it's not like hockey where, yeah. Destroyed him. No. Yeah. Trip. Yeah. Trip from behind. Oof. Griff Rabideau there with a pass over and a little bit of a collision, but Raiders send it through. Lazard there, brings it back to Yusuf. Sets up. He's got a nice chance there. And as Will Cook trying to climb the ladder and get on that ball for a header and almost did, but good little offensive exchange there. Irondale kind of sneaking it up. Raiders sleeping a little bit there, and but the defense is there and strong, and Raiders hold. It'll be a throw in here for Irondale. A little bit of a collision there, not a foul, but still can hurt. Maybe there was a foul called. Didn't necessarily think it looked too bad, but guess he is calling must have been some kind of too much contact of some sort. But Irondale now gets a chance at one of these penalty kicks or free kicks, I guess. Out wide, kind of like a corner kick, but at a better angle. So we'll see what they decide to do with it, if they take a shot or try to set it up. They set it up. It's a nice play. Good header chance there by number 10, Owen Netterlow back in the game for the Raiders. Lazard out. Right about the 58-minute mark. Raiders continue to lead 4-0 over the visiting Irondale High School Knights, playing in white from left to right on your screen. Raiders with a 9-shot on goal. The Knights with 2. So a strong advantage of that for the Raiders, which also is a good indicator of the 4-0 lead. Ball's up. Netterlow gets a little head chip over, trying to get it over to Sam Olson, who's in the match, and chases it out of bounds. That'll be a goal kick for the Knights.
Number 7, Wasim Mazzali in for the Knights.
Netterlow in the corner. Tries playing it off and does. You're going to get the corner kick. I think Irondale could have prevented that. He just kind of let it slow roll out. Last thing you really want to do is give up a corner kick if you can help it. But in any event, Raiders with the corner kick here. Looks like Matson maybe over there with the kick. Sends a high, nice one out. It's a little bit long, but not bad. Ball moves around. Matson with a nice little quick chip in, and that ball's moved around. Ooh, offside by the Raiders. It's easy to get sucked into that when you make those little plays, but it's still a nice play by the Raiders. Irondale plays it quickly, but this time the Raiders are back and ready. Learned their lesson there earlier. Raiders definitely getting some physical challenge and technical challenge here despite the score. Irondale plays tenacious and physical. That's good for the Raiders. They need it. This will help them well in the season. So 4-goal lead is really great. First shot by Lassard who missed it. He had the ball on the deep far side of the field and pulled it back and had plenty of time to do it. So then he got to take his shot and just drilled it in, which was great. And then Netterlow with a kind of header chipped the goalkeeper and scored the second goal. And then Netterlow with a real scrappy kind of breakaway goal for the third, and then a PK by Henry Vandenberg, and that's our 4 goals. So actually all 4 were pretty fun goals, good individual efforts on those goals. So it's like Irondale's going to get a corner kick here. Number 12, Jason Peffer lining up to take this kick. Raiders with nearly everyone back defending. They want to hold this shutout. Good head out by Quinn Johnson. Irondale again goes for a quick cross in. Nice play. Sam Youssef with the foul there. And Irondale's going to get again. They're going to get a free kick in a dangerous spot here on the field. Basically corner kick, just a little closer in. Probably going to do a little chip shot here. Played it low. That's a tough one to sneak. Oof! And there's a goal for Irondale. Let's see the number here. Number 15. Yep.
And that's a goal for the Irondale Knights. Number 15, Charles Kike with the goal.
Again, physical play by Irondale there. Kind of muscled their way in for that, and were able to make the score happen. Raiders continue to hold the 3-goal lead, though, with a 4-1 score now. But nice goal by Irondale. And the Raiders come right back Netterlow with a blast. Responds quickly and has a hat trick for the night.
That's a hat trick for Owen Netterlow and the Hudson Raiders, number 10.
So literally, I don't know, 30 seconds, and the Raiders respond and are back up by 4 goals. Really nice. I didn't even see the full play. It happened so quickly that, but Netterlow it was a blast of a shot. So a fun one. Temperatures now getting nice and cool. These guys will be very comfortable down there for these last 16 minutes. Not much sun on the field either. A little bit of an early start in this game, a 6 o'clock start. Usually we have 7 o'clock starts, but number 19.
Number 19, Jet Poole in the game for the Raiders. And number 18, Kelvin Lassard back in.
All right, folks, we're down to the final 15 minutes or so of this match. Raiders lead was cut to 4-1, and then 30 seconds later they scored again and made it a 4-goal lead again. Giovanni Morales there in the center of the field. Nice little turn play there. Raiders defense moving the ball around a bit. Foul there on Morales. Came from behind, kind of did a grab as he came around. Can't do that. And Irondale set up. They decided to play it short and wide instead of sending that ball into the scoring area. I think if I'm down 5-1, I am putting the ball into the scoring area every chance I can on plays like that. But Lassard coming in takes a stiff arm, and again, not quite enough in the box to get a foul, because that's going to be another PK. But it's got to be a little more egregious than that. But as Lassard gets a little bit older and builds up that body strength, he's going to fight that off and probably take that in for a score in the future too. Raiders defense moving the ball around. Always fun to see the defensive unit move the ball around when they need to. No sense just sending it up into a 50-50 situation. It works the clock, keeps possession. Irondale looking for a quick through ball there, but that's disrupted by Rabideau. Ben Weaver there for the Raiders gets the clear. We're now down to about 12 and a half minutes in the match.
Number 8, Emerson Noose back in the game for the Knights. And number 4, Xavier Island back in for the Raiders.
All right, corner kick here for Irondale, they go with a high ball. Nice spot to be, but the Raiders are there with the head and the clear. Matson on the chase. Here, Raiders throw. They're going to try to keep him moving quickly to get the ball to Lassard. It's quite a bit of defense he's going to have to try to get through. Big step through there by Emmanuel Clark. Gets the ball out. Raiders maintain it, though. Yusuf keeps it alive. They swing that ball back and in and out. And, that ball was really moving on Sam Olsen. Not much he could do on that, but nice play by him. Good try.
Number 9, Quinn Packard back in the game for the Raiders.
Goal kick here for Irondale at about the 11-minute mark. I'd like to thank everybody again for tuning in to our broadcast here. And look for us. I think the next home Raider match is next Friday. That game will be broadcast. May not have voiceover because I will actually be out of the country enjoying a vacation and will record some play-by-play when I return, but the match should be on. So hopefully you will tune in to watch that matchup. I believe it's the first conference match of the season for the Raiders. Irondale trying to sneak one through there from distance, but disrupted by the Lassard gets kind of chipped and the ref doesn't make the call. I think he's maybe hoping the game will just be over, but that definitely probably should have been a call, but that's how it goes when you're up 5-1 with 10 minutes left sometimes. I think the side judge was going to call offsides there, but decided to play the advantage call when Irondale took away the ball. It was close, but he was about to raise his flag. Then he saw Irondale was going to get it, so he dropped it, which is what the advantage rule is all about.
Number 12, Henry Vandenbark back in the game for the Raiders.
Vandenbark steps right in and gets some action, sends it through. Again, that ball was moving on Sam Olsen there. Tough for him to catch up. Goes out. Will be a goal kick here for the Knights from Irondale High School. Big kick from Irondale on the goal kick there. Raiders win that 50-50 ball, though, and send it out, and then Irondale puts it out. Sawyer does a quick throw. Gets it up to Vandenbark, cuts back. Sets up. Just a little too much defense there. Poole gets the ball, but takes the second to reset the shot, and defense was able to just get there in time. Raiders with the clear. Now down to about 8 minutes left in the match. Raiders in blue, playing from right to left, continue to lead 5-1 over the visiting Irondale High School Knights from Minnesota. Foul there for on the Raiders, and got to stop the clock. Stop the clock. Injury here for Irondale. Looks like he's up and at him. Looks like number 12, Jason Peffer. Hope he's all right. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. I think he fell square on his back. And Manuel Clark tries to sneak a quick ball all the way up the middle, but the Raiders were not going to be surprised there. Chip shot up to Lassard, who chest traps that down. Nice ball out to Vandenbark, or Morales in the middle there. It's pool in the middle. It's the ball stripped by some tenacious defense of Irondale. Raiders calling another foul. Not sure. I think he kind of fell over more than anything, but maybe a little bit of pushing involved there. Irondale going. They've got the ball now in a dangerous area. We'll see what they do with it. Last time they played it short. This time, yep. Now they're putting it in the scoring area, which is probably the best idea if they want to have any chance of putting another one in the goal. But I think they need to put that ball a little bit deeper for that opportunity. But for the Raiders' sake, they're able to take care of business on defense and have a goal kick. We're now down to under 6 minutes in the match. Ball in the middle to Lassard. Tries a little through ball. No offsides. Good streak here and a blast and a goal. Really nice play. Quinn Johnson with the goal. Really nice blasting goal by Johnson.
That's number 8, Quinn Johnson with the goal for your Raiders.
With about 5 minutes left, the Raiders expand their lead to 6-1. That's a long, blasting, tough, a little bit of a tough angle shot, but hits the corner mark. Really nice shot and a nice dish out by Lassard to find the open Johnson streaking and hitting him in a spot where he can just drill that shot and, oops, stop the clock. I think there was an injury. Vandenberg streaking in, a little shoulder to shoulder. Ref doesn't make any call on that one. Foul on Yusuf. Oh, he's getting a card for that. Yeah, Sam Yusuf. Guess he was in a defenseless position. Irondale player was kind of jumping and Yusuf kind of collided with him, and that's typically going to be a carded situation. So 4 minutes left in the match. Manuel Clark takes the kick for Irondale. Gets over their heads. The Raiders defense holds and moves that ball right up the field. Looks like Jackson Ouellette getting a chance to play a little striker position. Number 17. Here in the final moments. Vandenberg again moving that ball up. Nice little dish pass there to... Going to dish it back, trying to get that ball to Ouellette, but too much defense in the way. Now down to 3.5 minutes.
In for the Knights, number 11, Yahya Hassan, and number 19, David Lobaton.
All right, just under 3 minutes left. Raiders continue to lead 6-1. Keep applying the pressure. This ball's kind of going end to end. Not much disruption in the midfield. Irondale playing it out wide. Attempt to reset. Cut back to the middle. Nice takeaway there by Vandenbark. Gets it over to Ouellette. Sneaks it through. Ouellette's got it. He's got a shot here. Oh, and he snuck it through. Oh, my gosh. That's a crazy goal, but a fun one for Nick Ouellette. Or Jackson Ouellette. Dad is Nick Ouellette. And there's a goal for your Raiders.
And that's a goal for your Raiders, number 17, Jackson Ouellette.
So, Jackson is typically a defensive player. The last few years that he's been on varsity, I've never seen him up in the striker position, and these games sometimes give those players a chance to play something a little bit different, and you could see there was a Raider there who was ready to pound that ball home, but he was going to let Jackson get the score. I think maybe that was it was maybe Quinn Johnson, who's already scored today. Could have came right in and pounded that in, but fun moment for the Raiders. Taking a commanding lead now. Irondale has played a strong game, just a little outmatched on some of the goal scoring opportunities. Able to put one in the net on the Raiders, though. That doesn't always happen. That doesn't happen too often, to be honest with you. So Irondale's going to probably learn a lot from this early season match and take this into competition into their conference season shortly, too. We're now down to just about a minute in the match.
One minute.
Ouellette again chasing one down here, but Emmanuel Clark of Irondale turning that up. He's been a scrappy, constantly moving player for Irondale. Fun to watch Emmanuel play. Raiders move that ball up, and that's going to be collected quickly by Irondale's goalkeeper, who's going to send this one deep up the field with the punt. Soren Matson there heads it down nicely to Morales. Gets it back to Vandenbark, back over to Matson. Swings it out wide. Tries to get it out wide to Quinn Johnson, but a little too far out of reach. And we're here at the end.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Congratulations to the Raiders with the home victory. I'd like to thank our players for a great match, our coaches, officials, thank you for a great game. Thanks to our young friends around the field for collecting the balls, and thanks to all you parents and fans for showing up. Please drive carefully and enjoy the holiday weekend.